What is up, boys and girls? Mpire Steve back with you yet again. Today is the 24th of December. It is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve to all of you, and also happy early Merry Christmas to all of you as well, if you celebrate Christmas, that is. Today we are just going to talk a little bit about how to find possible plays, but first I want to remind you that Apex Trader Funding is still 50% off. My link is down below. I don't know how long that will last. Also, TickTick Trader is 60% off for the 25K, 50K, and 100K evaluations, but not for the 100K Express. So there's that. And then also Elite Trader Funding yesterday, I saw on their Discord that they had it's no longer the 30% consistency rule. They changed it to 40, which actually is much better. I have looked into, and I actually purchased a TakeProfit Trader evaluation yesterday. I did fail it. I did not realize the drawdown for the one I purchased, and yesterday I was not trading good. That is the main reason why I'm making this video, to show you, just to basically show you what I could have done differently that I've done in the past. But TakeProfit Trader is very appealing to me. I do not have a code for them, unfortunately, but there is a code out there. Canadian Futures Trader has a code, so you can go check out his channel for that if you wanted to look into that. But to me, TakeProfit Trader looks very appealing. So there's all of that. I first want to show you all, I want to show you what I could have done better yesterday. And this is what I've done multiple prior days before. But yesterday I did not do a very good job. But you know, that every day is not going to be a blessing, right? You're gonna have red days. Unfortunately, they do happen. I think that's the first one I've had in like 8 days trading. But I want to show you what you could do differently, possibly. And I have another video about this indicator, the fractal break imbalance, fair value gap liquidity. But so here, I'll remove it, and then I'll show you again how to get it. You go to your indicators, type in fractal break, or just fractal. You'll see this one by Gene Clash. Give it a favorite, and then click on it. And then I'll show you how I like to have mine configured like this. I do not do the show fractals, but I do the market structure breakouts. And then I think that's all I do. I'm pretty sure that's all I do. And then you go, okay, because you don't want to, I've messed with some of the other settings, but then they start messing up some of these fair value gaps. So yesterday, very interesting. Yesterday, how it really was, I had a lot going on. I had to go to the doctors as well. And I was streaming on Twitch. And it was the first time while I was live streaming that I actually traded like crap. I did trade like crap yesterday. You can go to my Twitch channel and go watch that. It was not very good. So, but what I could have done differently is you have, and I want to show you all this. You have this aggressive selling, right? And then you have this aggressive buying, but there are really no gaps because you have this huge wick here and you have this giant wick here. And then you start to, once the news settles, you still see aggressive selling. There is a fair value gap formed here. This indicator right here shows it to you. It doesn't miss the fair value gaps. So it takes a lot of the drawing out for yourself. Price falls down. It's not like super duper aggressive. This is 9:30 when the market opens. It comes into this fair value gap. This wick fails at this fair value gap. This would have been a great shorting, right? Because price falls down. You have this, and I'll even draw it so you can see it a little bit better. Price goes into this fair value gap and rejects. I want to say I did short there, but I don't really remember. I'd have to go back to the video, or you all could tell me if I did, if you want to go check that out. And then eventually we find support right here. So there's support. We struggle to close below here. So, and then you see this hammer. This is 9:55. This is prime time to be trading from here to here. from here, I'd say like 8:30. If you've been studying, I would say really 8 o'clock. If you've been studying the ICT 2022 mentorship like I have been, you would know that this is prime time to be finding plays. And so this gap is here. We fail there, reject, and then what happens? Price goes all the way back in, fills this gap, and that's what you would want to be looking for. You would be buying here. Well, the rejection, because we're not able to close below, and then you would be selling once we get into this gap, and then you have this gap there, then we form a gap here. So I'm going to show this gap on the way up. We form this gap, and what happens? Price goes up, we fill this gap, we go even higher. We could not close above this, the bodies of these morning wicks. We could not close there at all the rest of the day, as you can see, until late. This is almost before the market closes, that's fine. I don't like to trade at that time anyway. I personally don't like to trade after after 12 o'clock, or even really like 11:30. So we have this fair value gap here. We reject these pre-market highs, great opportunity to go short. And then what happens? We completely fill this gap down here, right there, and then price does come, we do go below the fair value gap, so this would have been a risky play back to the upside, but I wouldn't have taken that anyway, because I do not like to trade past 11 o'clock, so I would have been done here, technically, if I was doing what I've been doing the past couple weeks. So I don't know what was going on with me yesterday, but these are clear. These are great plays. If you took these, congrats. I missed them, but I'm not going to miss them going forward. However, I did take these trades. I did take the trades Thursday, and I did really well. And if you watched my live stream, you saw that. I took these plays on Monday. I took these plays on Tuesday. I can't really show all of these as good. So this is Tuesday late. Oh, look at how prime this is. So you have this news at 9 o'clock. We've had a lot of news this past week or so. I don't think we had too much news yesterday, but this is a massive fair value gap, and I'm just going to remove this so we can draw it. So this is 9:30. So we have 8:30 here, and we could not break above 8:30 before when the intraday session comes. So we have this aggressive selling followed by aggressive buying. You don't really see too much of a gap there. I like to use the big fair value gap. So this is a massive fair value gap from right there to right here. It is massive, and when you have aggressive buying, it is going to be followed by aggressive selling. And what happens? You see, we could not close above here, right there. Oop, I missed it. Bring it right here. We could not close. Price is just cannot close above it. You go short when you see this you start seeing this aggressive selling. You would put your stop up here, and then your take profit would be once we start to get into this fair value gap, and we completely fill this fair value gap to a T, and then price rejects and goes back up. I'm going to show you this, and we go up, and then this is late, this is lunchtime. I wouldn't be trading this, but you certainly could. Price goes up, and we reject. We do a little dip into this fair value gap to the very edge of the top, and then price moves back up. These plays are solid. And then this was Monday night. We had that Bank of Japan news, aggressive selling. This is late at night. I am sleeping at this point, but some of you, maybe you are not. So you could have found this type of play. I'm just showing this to show you can find this at all hours of the day, whenever the market is open. But with these gaps from this aggressive selling completely get filled. Right here you can see this is, I'm not sure where you would look to buy. I would say if you were going to buy, it would be once you see this market. Why is it not showing up over here actually? Yeah, the breakouts aren't showing over here because it's too far away. That's why. But If you see this market structure break, which you can see over here, it does it because you see this. So it would have been above one of these highs. So let's go back. So this is where you would look to go to buy. So you have the selling, 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 and then once we broke above this level here, selling, 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 market structure shifting, and then once we start to buy right there, you can see, and that's not a perfect line, unfortunately, like that. So you're selling, 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 and then buying. And once we break above and then come back into this area, buy until we fill this gap. So it's not very clean. I would, obviously I'm not even awake at this time, so I would never even know. But that is that. I just really wanted to show you all how I would typically, I would say 95% of the time lately trading would be, this is what I would be looking for. That's what I've traded in the past couple weeks, and it has worked out really well. Yesterday, I'm not sure what was going on in my mind. There definitely was some clouding of my judgment going on. So that is something that I need to work on and make sure that I don't deal with that anymore. This is 10 o'clock in the morning, and you have this aggressive buying right here. You have a gap formed. Price comes back into this fair value gap multiple times, and you could have bought it. I played all of this on Wednesday. So that is that, and I played it on NASDAQ though, and I made a lot of money off of NASDAQ it was either Wednesday or it was Thursday. I made a lot of money off NASDAQ finding those solid plays. So that is really all I wanted to show you today. I want you all to learn from my mistake that I had made yesterday, and I really want to emphasize the fact that you don't have to trade. You don't have to trade every day. You don't have to trade, or you shouldn't be trading multiple times per day. You just need to find a couple, 2, 3, or maybe just sometimes one solid play, and then move on to the next day, because the next day is going to show some opportunities as well. The market is not going anywhere. It's going to stay around for all of our lives, and then our children, our grandchildren is going to be around forever. It's not going anywhere. So I just wanted to just throw that out there, let that sink in, and hope that helps all of us. But that is basically it for me. That's all I really wanted to show you today. I do hope that you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. I will be trading next week. I will potentially go live, depending. I'm really not going to go live unless I see opportunities, because I feel like if I go live, I'm gonna be forced to trade something that does not make sense. But maybe I'll go live and we will all just be very patient and wait and see if we find a solid play. And if we don't, we just don't take it. It's just that simple. So anyways, if you guys and girls have any questions or comments, leave those down below, and I will do my best to answer them or possibly make a video about that, what you had requested. And I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you all on Tuesday. Take care. See you soon.